Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast, brought to you by big4accountingfirms.com and the Big Four Accounting Firms YouTube channel. Before we get started, just wanted to remind everybody to support us if you have a chance or if you can. Even $1 helps, and we have a link in the description to a website called Buy Me a Coffee. It's just a way to donate to us and support us. Again, any amount is helpful so that we can keep putting out content. And there's also other ways for you to support us in the show notes to this podcast or on YouTube in the description. In today's podcast, we're going to talk about a couple of news stories. First up, we're going to talk about EY. Some news is slowly coming out that EY had a Christmas party in the UK in London. And as you might know, UK has very strict COVID rules, and they definitely did during Christmas time. And it's reported that more than 25 staff from EY, including 2 partners, attended a Christmas dinner at Roast Restaurant. And rules banned all mixing between households. There was an exception, though, for people from separate households. If it was for business meetings and the meetings were reasonably necessary. This was a Christmas party, though, so people are saying it probably wasn't necessary. EY says they investigated the matter, but they're trying to distance themselves from the event, saying that it was organized independently. And this is what happens in the Big Four. Each group has its own Christmas party if they want to do it, and the firm pays for it. And that's what probably happened here. They said that EY probably ended up paying for it, and EY doesn't really want to comment on it because it doesn't look too good. People in the UK are tired of being locked down or tired of having these news stories of companies and people they perceive as being elite not following the rules. So that's just some hilarious news that I think is coming out about EY. I'm not sure why that's hitting the news now, but apparently people found out about it. The next thing we're going to talk about is a press release from Deloitte as they're taking over the world of artificial intelligence. Deloitte is introducing something called ReadyAI, and they trademarked that. And this is artificial intelligence as a service solution. I don't really get why they call it artificial intelligence as a service, because I feel like that's all artificial intelligence is as a service. And the press release says that it's going to help clients scale their AI throughout their organizations. The AI market is expected to exceed $191 billion by 2024, growing at 37% compound annual growth rate. And as organizations accelerate the adoption of AI, many struggle with challenges such as limited access to specialized talent, slow development cycles, and resources to continuously maintain AI models. And I guess that's where Deloitte would come in. They have enough people working for them that they could help companies implement AI, because most companies can't afford to have AI specialists on the salary, because once a person implements artificial intelligence, you don't really need them to work for you anymore, right? They should be replacing themselves. And the press release goes on to say, creating and sustaining AI models at scale typically requires people with capabilities across data science, IT operations, and user experience who work seamlessly towards a common goal. With Deloitte's ReadyAI, organizations now have access to the services, technology, and expertise they need to accelerate their AI journey. In the age of with, which is something else Deloitte has apparently trademarked, human and machine collaboration is taking organizations to new heights. While AI adoption is accelerating, many organizations struggle to scale their AI projects. And Deloitte's ReadyAI offers comprehensive service capabilities, including number 1, data preparation, provide data extraction, wrangling, and standardized services, which also supports advanced analytical model development through featured engineering. Number 2, provides insights and visualization, design and generate reports and visual dashboards utilizing data output from automation to improve business outcomes and automation performance. So data preparation, you can use that. You can use Alteryx right now for that. And insights and visualization, you can use Tableau for that. But with this AI solution that Deloitte's building, they can offer all of that, or they can build that out for you. Number 3 is advanced analytics. data analysis for both structured and unstructured data, creation of rule-based bots, and insights as a service. So rule-based bots, that's something that UiPath could do. So I think Deloitte might be integrating all of these solutions together. Number 4, this service will offer machine learning and deep learning. Machine learning and deep learning model development, that's what Deloitte will do, and video and text analytics to assist conversational AI. Number 5, machine learning deployment. Create deployment architecture and pipelines for upstream and downstream integration of machine learning models. And lastly, model management and machine learning ops, management of model performance, migration and maintenance, automation of model monitoring process, and overall DevOps for machine learning. This press release goes on to say, ReadyAI helps clients take AI all the way from labs and pilot programs to real-life business integration and adoption. So if you're a CFO or CTO and you need to implement AI, then what Deloitte's saying is hire us and we can do it from top to bottom, and we have enough people to do it from top to bottom, and then we can go away. And Deloitte says their recent state of AI in the enterprise study of enterprise AI adopters found that less than half of adopters believe they have a high level of skill around integrating AI technology into their existing IT environment. With a talent pool of more than 3,100 AI professionals, Deloitte can assemble teams that have the right combination of industry, domain, and AI technology skills to best suit clients' needs. And these experts include cloud engineers, data scientists, data architects, technology and application engineers, business and domain specialists, and visualization and design specialists. ReadyAI teams operate as an extension of clients' teams, often for engagements of 6 months or more. Services are available as flexible subscription model, allowing clients to scale resources and capabilities up or down based on business needs and priorities. So what they're saying there is if you sign an engagement with them, you can have a retainer, and then you can pay as you go, or you can have a subscription where you pay like a fixed amount, whether or not you use their services or not. So they're catering the engagements to what you want. And it's pretty astonishing. They say they have 3,000 AI professionals. That's about 1% of Deloitte's workforce. And I'm sure it's only going to grow as this market continues to grow. So those are just a couple of news stories today. As we see, Deloitte is continuing to take over artificial intelligence in the Big Four space. They see their clients wanting to get involved in here. Their CEOs of their clients want to have more artificial intelligence in their organizations. And they're going to be using, hopefully, what Deloitte wishes is they're going to be using Deloitte to help them. And what we learned yesterday is KPMG is coming out with a tax-specific NLP solution. And what Deloitte's saying here is we're going to have way more than that. We might have a data reader for tax, but we also have an AI platform that can slam right on top of that. In addition, we have 3,000 AI professionals. And the reason Deloitte is more prepared, has a better press release, in my opinion, is because they're more of a consulting firm. And so they're more of a consulting firm, number one, but number two, they're more dedicated to artificial intelligence and building it out. They've done studies. They have institutes around the world. They have more than 3,000 professionals. So I think Deloitte is poised to take over the artificial intelligence space in the Big Four accounting firms as they compete with technology consulting firms and other large consulting firms. So that's the podcast for today. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast to get future updates. Make sure to support us financially through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the show notes to this podcast or in the description on YouTube. That way we can continue putting out content, creating reports and courses for you guys to use. Hope to have a new course coming up here pretty soon. So thanks for listening.